Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Cimnanya on ISM, and thank you all so much for all the love and support. Hope you all are doing great. So, I came across a video that talked about how he stopped being rich disease and how he was a Trump supporter and the rest of it. And he also, talked about how he stopped being that and how some of them are very rooted on rich decision, how they act, because majority of them like have this attitude they put up each time they ask them some certain things. How can I be rate deceased when I have black friends? I play football with my friends, they are black. My best friend is black and all that. I do not see color. I mean, we are all the same. And so I will tell you, our lives matter and the rest of it. And each time I hear things like, especially things like, I don't see color, you already know that you personally know that you see color and you choose not to say that you see color because how do you tell me that the clothes you wore today, you don't know the color it is, right? And you don't know the color of the nails you painted. I mean, when I see people say that they don't see color, I think they are the biggest lie people tell. You absolutely see color, but you choose to like be in denial or lie about it, right? And he also made mention about how some of them do not even want to take responsibility of some of the things that happen because they are always saying that I am not my ancestors. Let's get into this.
This video is going to be for educational purposes only. So the question reads, what made you not want to be racist anymore? I think any logical person doesn't want to be racist. And as a former Trump supporter, as a former Republican, I never believed I was racist. And I would say things like, I don't care if you're black, brown, white, yellow, purple, green, or I can't be racist. I played sports with black people, or my best friend is black, or I have 5 black friends. You know, all the typical things many white Americans say to try to justify not being racist. You see, my racism wasn't rooted in my hatred for other races. I didn't have that. My racism was rooted in my lack of education and my ignorance. And many white Americans don't believe systemic racism exists. And that in and of itself is a form of racism because with that mindset, you're upholding and perpetuating a racist system. And most white Americans and most Republicans will tell you that systemic racism doesn't exist. And let us take a look at the criminal justice system. And this is one institution out of many. 1 in 3 black males carry a convicted felon label, 1 in 6 Hispanic males, and 1 in 17 white males. And just based on that data alone, I had to look at one of two things. Either I believe black people are inherently evil or criminal, or we need to address the way our system, especially our criminal justice system, operates in this country. And this is what a racist person will typically say in this situation. Just don't commit crimes. Stop perpetuating the victim mindset. It's the culture, it's the music, it's the fatherless homes. Accept personal accountability for your actions and pull yourself up by the bootstraps. A person who is trying to deconstruct their racism, on the other hand, is going to say, okay, how can we address the criminalization of poverty? How can we address the criminalization of mental health illness, substance abuse? How can we address redlining, gerrymandering, prison gerrymandering? That same person will also say, how can we strengthen our Department of Education and our public school system? A person who is actively working to deconstruct their racism is going to question the 13th Amendment, the abolishment of slavery except when punishment for a crime. They're going to understand the historical context and why it's still relevant today. However, a racist person is going to say, well, that was so long ago. Stop talking about it. It's 2024. Stop being the victim. Why do I have to be responsible for what my ancestors did? And when presented with this information, a person is going to do one of two things: double down on their ignorance, or they're going to take this new information and be willing to evolve and grow. And I'm glad that I was the latter. And this was one of the biggest reasons why Trump appealed to me and many other people who look like me. Because with that, you don't have to learn anything new. You can be comfortable and safe in all of your isms and phobias.
So this is all I got from this video, and I am happy for you, Daniel. And I hope whatever that has happened to you that's made you from being rich disease and being a better person, I hope it remains permanent in your life. But still, I do not believe, or I am not counting or banking on anybody that eats me, right? Um, we learn every day, and so many things has, taught me how not to bank on anybody. Now, let's get into this. One thing I detest, especially when it comes to some people, is that I do not see color. I mean, that triggers me because if you say you do not see color, so how do you match your clothes? How do you know that I have to wear a red lipstick today and I need to tint my hair green or blue, or, I need to do something different, or like, when you see the red light, you move past that, it means you see color. So I feel that a majority of the people saying that are all liars, and I do not even want to hear that around me, because man, that is one of the most dangerous thing for people to say. I don't see color. Bro, you see color, or sis, you see color. You choose to be blind. Well, I am sure you all are not blind. Yeah, you know what I am saying. I remember it's something that happened, I think probably last year. A man did something to someone, a child, someone that looked like me, and then they ended up asking him if you are already deceased. And guess what he said? He boldly, like, with pride, and said, how can I be when my dog is black? His dog is black. So how can he be what you say he is? How is that even possible? That somebody, I mean, thought of that straight up and answered, like, and said it immediately. That also tells you how some people's mindset move. They know how they operate, like snake. Those rattlesnake that are very sharp and smart. Where am I going to start and where am I going to stop? Because I mean, people that look like me have been on the receiving end. And then when you try to confront them or tell them about it, then you get to hear things like, I am not my ancestors. I did not do anything. Or they start playing the victim mindset and all that, or trying to tell you that I mean, like, it is a reverse racism, which I do not know when that started, but then it is what it is. Yeah. Now, with everything going on, and I don't know. Sometimes I feel like some of them cannot even be trusted because they have also not given you the opportunity to trust them. How do you have to? Why do you have to trust them? Right? I am not even telling anybody to do. Right? So most of them, they double down on their ignorance and tell you, why do I have to take responsibility of what probably my ancestors did and all that? Now, I am going to say this. Majority of you inherited so many things from your grandparents and all that. If you think you cannot be accountable for some certain things your ancestors did and all that, why not return most of those inheritance, because they were basically built up off some people's back and all that. You would rather keep the wealth, but the other side, you don't want to look for a way to fix what needed to be fixed. That's why I keep saying that some people are just selective, what do they call that? People that select the kind of something they remember and leave the other part because they feel like the other part is not necessary. So let me just select the one that I am supposed to like work with and just trash the other one. So that is how they always operate when it comes to us. They select the ones that they want to tackle and leave the ones they feel like they do not want to tackle this. You guys should just move on with it. But yeah, I am really hoping that Black people, or I am like, so far, I am happy that Black people are not being held down, or they did not let what happened to them hold them down. But the only thing they've been working on tirelessly is to end the system that has been oppressing them. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.